So we have Pantera's power metal. We're finally getting somewhere. 1988, 3 years after I Am the Night. And what's funny is the past 3 albums, the glammy albums with Terry Glaze, they kept releasing them year after year consecutively. They waited 3 years to release this one to hone in on their skills, hone in on the style, hone in on the music, and hone in on a good singer. They got rid of Terry Glaze and got in the phenomenal banshee screeching Phil Anselmo. He's getting a lot of flack nowadays for his white power thing, but the guy can fucking sing, especially in these early days. The way he fucking sang on the first 2 albums he was on is incredible, and already put him up on the legendary pedestal of like Rob Halford and shit like that. On this album they started to embrace the direction that they all really felt like they wanted to go to inside. They felt like we really want to go for like a Megadeth or Slayer or Metallica or Iron Maiden, like heavier, more technical sound as opposed to just making some like party anthems. They wanted to write some shit that really had balls to it. On this album, most of it has those balls, but there's some weaker moments here and there, you know, that's still kind of continuing that hair metal direction, but only really on 2 songs do you have that problem. The artwork is very shitty. It's just a picture of the band with Phil, and they look very gay with the teased hair and the weird outfits. But it's so misleading because, you know, they look so stupid in this picture, but the music is fantastic and heavy throughout. They should just have like a really hardcore artwork to give a better representation of the album. So we start with an awesome opening called Rock the World. I've always loved this song. The whole song is kind of a mid-tempo feel with a really great catchy riff, an incredibly catchy chorus, and that's what they needed for a great opener and a great way to reinvent the band. They needed something that was a great statement, that was heavy and catchy at the same time. But what's funny is even though this album is just so much like later Pantera or like even like Cowboys from Hell and showing the true evolution, they still ignore this album and it's pretty much gone out of print. Then we have a fantastic song known as Power Metal, my favorite song off the whole album. This has some incredible screaming from Phil Anselmo. It reminds me a lot of the title track off the last album because it's really fast, very speed metal oriented, and just the riff, especially in their chorus, is just fucking fantastic. I love the way that Phil screams, Power Metal! Then we have the absolute worst off the album, We'll Meet Again. It's really cheesy, it's just poppy all over the place, especially the chorus, which just sounds like absolute shit. The synthesizers and backing vocals saying goodbye just sound like absolute ass. It would have sounded so much better without those. But I do think that the guitar solo at the end is pretty damn cool. It's just a whatever song though. Then we have a fantastic, slow, heavy, drudgy, thrashy song called Over and Out. And this really shows off Phil's vocals, that not only can he scream like a fucking banshee on the title track, this time he goes for a really gruff, low, but like really scratchy vocal style that's fantastic. I absolutely love that catchy chorus. Then we have one of the weaker songs of the album, Proud to Be Loud. It's catchy and all, has a good riff, but it just feels completely out of place on this album. Would have fit way better on something like Projects in the Jungle. And what's funny is this was not even written for or by the band. I think this was actually written for a Keel album, or like Ron Keel's band, but they just throw it on here. It's completely out of place, but it's whatever. Then we have a re-recording of a badass song from I'm the Night that the vocals kind of sounded shitty on. It didn't sound right, but now that you got Phil, he fucking rips this song up. It's incredible. It's even thrashier. It's even more badass, and his vocals just soar throughout the entire song. And the chorus just sounds so much better already. It sounds so much heavier. Then we have a really kick-ass, thrashy song called Death Trap, which has a fantastic riff to it. Dimebag absolutely shreds all over the song. His solo and it's fantastic. The riffs are absolutely incredible. Of course, Phil sounds so much better on stuff like this than Terry Glaze. He's just shining so much on this song. Then we have the true power ballad on this album. Not a horrible song like We'll Meet Again. We have a great, catchy, melodic, and powerful song called Hard Ride. It sounds so much like Phil was way more invested in the song, especially in the chorus. His vocal style, it's like almost like Cemetery Gates, where he just pours out his emotions and gives an incredible vocal performance. The guitar work was so much better, and the guitar solo was fantastic. One of the highlights on the album, surprisingly, and it's not really a glammy type of song, it honestly feels like normal Pantera ballads. It's great. Then we have a great song called Burn, and this has more heavy riffage, more thrashy ideas going around. It's another great song. Then we have the final song on the album, which is like PST88, which stands for Pussy Tight, which is sung by Dimebag Darrell, and his vocal is actually really cool for a thrashy style vocal. It's definitely not one of my favorite songs on the album, but it's really, really cool, and I very much like it. I love the incredible guitar work later on the song. That's Power Metal, a fantastic heavy album that's making a giant leap forward to what Pantera would become. But this is also kind of the dividing point. A lot of people that hate Pantera, seem to kind of like the early stuff like this. Right when you cross the line from Power Metal to Cowboys from Hell, you have the Pantera fans that absolutely love this era more, and the people that hate Pantera that hate that era more. We'll get to that on one of my favorite albums of all time, Cowboys from Hell.